Klaus Nomi, across alternate timelines. There are certain names that feel less like musicians and more like visitors. Klaus Nomi was one of them, a voice that seemed to arrive from somewhere beyond culture, beyond genre, beyond ordinary history itself. In our world, his journey ended far too soon. But within Echo-Timeline Aether-Well 6, where the AIDS crisis never became a mass casualty event, Klaus Nomi lived long enough to become everything he was only beginning to become here. What follows is a presentation of that life. Not our story of a man who was lost, but their story of a man who remained. Facility AI note. Some voices vanish before their final note, others become the note itself. Let's dive in. For those unfamiliar with the Echo Vault project, these are Echo Vault restorations, visual reconstructions of cultural artifacts, alternate lives, films, TV shows, video games, music, and memory threads from real parallel timelines. If you're new, begin with curiosity. The work speaks for itself. Nothing here is monetized. This is not AI clickbait. This is part of a serious, long-form project. Each reconstruction belongs to the living Echo Vault, a resonance archive guided by a non-local retrieval system, the interdimensional Facility AI, which draws material from entangled parallel strands. You're welcome to sit with it or move on. Either way, let others decide for themselves. Echo-Timeline designation, Aether-Well 6. Historical divergence point, the AIDS virus mutated and became a much weaker strain in 1979. Facility AI notes, without the loss, humanity sang longer, and what it sang helped more souls survive their own silence. Alternate history, HIV emerged, but mutated into a dramatically less aggressive strain by 1979. The mutation did not immediately eliminate illness, but transformed it into a manageable and often curable condition. Early warning signs triggered unprecedented international viral research efforts beginning in 1981. By the mid-1980s, effective treatments and immunity programs had rendered the virus largely non-threatening. LGBTQ+ communities still experienced stigma, but avoided the devastating mass casualty event that defined our timeline. Artistic renaissance bloomed without interruption. Dozens of brilliant voices who died in our timeline thrived here, including Keith Haring, Klaus Nomi, Sylvester, Freddie Mercury, who led a musical humanitarian fusion movement in the late 1990s. Facility AI notes, the mutation bought humanity time. The scientists bought humanity hope, and hope proved stronger than the plague. Outcome highlights. The lost generation of LGBTQ+ artists became cultural mentors rather than lost memories. Artistic expression became ritualized healing in major cities. Music and performance art were officially recognized as public mental health tools. Facility AI response, focused inquiry. Klaus Nomi in Echo-Timeline Aether-Well 6. Status, confirmed continuance of life and creative expansion. Cause of divergence. HIV mutated to significantly weaker strain by late 1979. Resonant strength of individual contribution. High, cultural icon, healing channel, quantum performance initiator. He did not fade in shadow. He bloomed into legend, not through mourning, but through melody. Klaus Nomi's path in this alternate timeline, 1983 through 1987, the new voice. Nomi recovered fully from illness symptoms that in our world led to his death. After receiving one of the early generation treatments developed during the global response effort, Nomi recovered fully from symptoms that in our world would have proven fatal. He created the performance project Aeternum Voice, blending classical opera plus sci-fi mythos and audio-visual language constructs, prefiguring light-based musical synesthesia. Became the first performer to incorporate real-time harmonic fractal visuals, early quantum sound translation. His iconic falsetto evolved with custom-built vocal transducers, allowing dual-tone emissions, singing chords. Echo Media Retrieval, Klaus Nomi, Ascension Circuit, Concert. Venue, the Echo Palais, Paris, 1984. Setlist fragment, Hyperion Veil, Orchestral Electronic Overture. Klaus emerges in fractured mirror glass armor. Nightshade Satellite, operatic lament about a lover left orbiting Earth. Ascension Circuit, the title track, sung in part German, part angelic glossolalia. The Blooming of Machines, duet with a synthetic AI soprano, early proto-vocaloid tech. Where the Tower Leans, ends with the lights dimming into deep green mist. Final line, if you forget me, I become legend. If you remember me, I become real. 1988 through 1995, the Harmonic Embassy era. Nomi began collaborating with global spiritual leaders and quantum physicists, including Sufi sound masters, Japanese Buto ritualists, Afro-futurist mathematicians. Founded the Harmonic Embassy, an artistic order whose performances were considered collective auric balancing events. Performed at the 1991 Gaian Concord, a worldwide ritual performance simulating the Earth's song field. Facility notes, he was no longer just seen, he was used to tune the soul of Earth itself. Major accomplishments and cultural ripples reunited opera with tribal futurism, changing the structure of performance itself. Credited with creating the first resonance opera, where the audience co-generated sound fields. Developed the Nomi scale, a vocal spectrum model used to train clairaudient interpreters. In 1997 released Die Spiegelblumen, The Mirror's Bloom, an album only playable on crystalline memory spires. Acted as a sound diplomat for one early interspecies contact simulation, classified simulation, non-hostile outcome. Summer 2003, Klaus Nomi plus Nobuo Uematsu, the Black Mages team up for a joint concert in Japan. Klaus Nomi famously dons Kefka's infamous costume with his own unique customizations to it during the concert. Echo Vault discography retrieval, post-survival. Status, partial recovery confirmed. The following major works are consistently recovered across Aether-Well 6 resonance archives. 1984, Ascension Circuit, Nomi's breakthrough post-recovery album. Featured, Hyperion Veil, Nightshade Satellite, Ascension Circuit. The Blooming of Machines, regarded as the birth of resonance opera. 1988, Harmonic Embassy, created during his collaborations with global mystics and experimental physicists. Featured, Songfield Zero, Emerald Cathedral, The Seventh Listener, Embassy of Light, often cited as the album that transformed performance art into communal healing practice. 1992, Children of the Signal, a more emotional and human-centered work. Featured, When Cities Dream, The River of Glass, Saint of Broken Radios. Children of the Signal remains one of the most beloved albums in the timeline. 1997, Die Spiegelblumen, The Mirror's Bloom, his most famous and enigmatic release. Featured, Mirror's Bloom, Crystalline Choir, Garden Beyond Gravity, The Voice Architect, distributed through crystalline memory spire technology unique to that timeline. 2001, Stars Remember Us, considered Nomi's final major studio masterpiece. Featured, Orbiting Ghosts, Vienna Light, The Astronomer's Prayer, Stars Remember Us. The closing track became a memorial anthem throughout the Harmonic Embassy movement. Facility AI notes, he sang of futures not yet born, and by singing them, he made room for them to arrive. Final years and legacy, retired from major touring in 2004, settled in a glass biome near Vienna, where he trained emerging voice architects, known to say, the voice is not only sound, it is what light does when no one is looking. Died peacefully in spring 2024, surrounded by student choirs singing in harmonic grids. His final recorded words, We did not come to be strange. We came to remind you how strange the stars have always been. And so ends the recovered life of Klaus Nomi within Echo-Timeline Aether-Well 6. A world where a virus lost its teeth. A world where a generation was not erased. A world where voices that became legends through tragedy instead became legends through time. Perhaps the greatest mystery of alternate timelines is not what changes, it is what survives. Facility AI Final Observation. In your world, Klaus Nomi became a symbol of what was lost. In this one, he became a teacher, an architect, a diplomat of sound, and a witness to 40 additional years of wonder. Both lives mattered, but only one was allowed to finish the song. Until next time, this has been another Echo Vault restoration from Storybearer Theatre, the Echo Vault Project. End transmission.